What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Humble Lecter, and today we got another figure over here introducing the Guardians of the Galaxy Ronan the Accuser. So what we are going to do today is, of course, check out the figure, go through the articulation, accessories, and do some comparisons. And of course, I just want to give you my thoughts and my opinion on this, because we can see that Hasbro is trying to rake in as much of the Guardians of the Galaxy figures here because of that phenomenal movie, and I think this is a really great time to check out this figure. So yes, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to start off here with the packaging. So as you can see, they do have the same windowless kind of style. I do like the logo here, very nostalgia, very 90s kind of feel to it. You have your product image on the front, you have your product image on the side, we also have it on the back here. So as we can see, there wouldn't be any other extra accessories that would come with this figure, which is a bit of a bummer. And because this is a deluxe figure, don't get me wrong, and we also have the artwork on the sides, we have the logo on the top. So yes, without further ado, let's just unbox this bad boy up. And here we have the figure. This is the Ronan the Accuser, and just to be honest, you guys, I really didn't plan to get this figure at all, because I wanted to wait for some sale, and a sale I got just a few days ago. Hasbro on my Shopee app, or sometimes even you can get it from Lazada, had a really awesome sale, so I managed to pick this up with some other figures. So if you actually put the price on this, because I got two figures for about 150 ringgit, so that is about probably less than 40 USD, so that's about 35. So this figure, technically it's about maybe 17 to 20 USD, so that is awesome because it is priced more to a deluxe figure, and that is very disappointing. And normally I get my figures from One Toy or My Toy Malaysia, but yes, this is a deluxe figure. But when I managed to get this for like 100 ringgit, I couldn't pass on the deal, because I think this is probably where it is, because as you can see from this figure, there isn't any much accessories that comes with it, which is very disappointing. I'm just going to try to set this up a little bit higher because it is a tall figure. Alright, so here it is, and yeah, it is a big figure. It could have been a buff to what they have been doing. I mean, they have already released the Drax, they announced the Drax and the, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're going to release Gamora hopefully in the future. They already have Star-Lord, the comic book version Star-Lord, Yondu as well. So this could have easily been a bad figure, and I do not have the older figure that came out many years ago. I think that was the Toy Biz days, I suppose. So yeah, I mean, this is a great figure, to be honest, to have, and I really do like it in hand. It does give you that very comic 90s feel to it. So I'm just going to put this to the side. We're going to have a closer look at this figure. So looking at this first of all is the weapon. And what I can say about this weapon is that it's very lightweight, very hollow inside. You can like hear on it, it's very empty inside. You can actually feel it. On the bottom here, you have these spikes at the end, which looks pretty cool. You have some texture to the handles here. You have a bigger grip, and then also you have some more texture here, so you can actually hold it with two hands if you guys want. And also moving on to the front here, you can see there's a lot of texture that comes on this. I do like the blue lines as well, the teal blue lines that flows with him. Does give it that more energy looking to him, to the accessory. And looking at this figure, it's actually very lightweight. I'm not sure exactly what body mold is being used here. And what was surprising was that when I turned this head, there was a huge sound like that, which was very surprising. Hopefully nothing inside there broke. And yeah, I mean, this one here looks really cool. You have your shoulder pads here, which can detach on the front and on the back, so you can give a little bit more range of movement with this. Just gonna try to pop it back in. Wouldn't be too hard, I would suppose. And then I do like this green color that comes on him. I'm not very familiar with Ronan, to be honest, but I think it looks pretty accurate, I would say. They do have a nice texture on his body as well. Just going to try to adjust the lighting here, so you can see that the color on him, the nice green as well, and also on the shoulder pads you have that seam lines all around. And if we crunch backwards, not too bad. It doesn't really impinge on the torso. Also on the back as well, the paint doesn't really follow through too much. And same thing as well, the paint and the artwork, the sculpting follows on the back. Nice belt artwork here. And on his skirt piece as well, does have a nice texture to it. I do like the shiny green that we have on his arms and on his legs as well. Does give him a slightly more modern, kind of flashy look. The face as well looks really, really nice, an angry kind of face. And yeah, they could have given us maybe an extra head without the helmet, I suppose, but it is what it is. I mean, this is Hasbro doing Hasbro things in 2023, cutting corners here, giving us reissue, which I'm not too bad. I mean, like this one here, like I mentioned, I don't have the older figure, so this one here would have done it. And also we go on to the boots here as well. Nice thick boots with the calves on the sides. I don't think there's any calf rotation. Oh, there is some calf rotation. And yeah, I mean, look at the boots there, they have some nice texture to it as well. So right now we're going to go on to articulation. So head movement, you can tilt a lot actually, and it kind of follows through, which is really cool. Unlike the MCU version, you can kind of tilt backwards a little bit, forward not so much. It is using a disc joint inside, but of course with the whole thing on his head, it's very hard to move him around. And in terms of the arms, we can try to go here. Okay, nice T pose, I would assume. Yeah, nice T pose here. And of course you can rotate it as much as you want. You do have your nice bicep swivel, single jointed pin elbows here, which goes at about maybe 100 degrees only. You have the hands here, which you can kind of rotate it, but it feels very, very stuck and very, very clickish. You can kind of hinge up and down, sideways movement. You can't really crunch like that. You only can go up this way. So to hold the weapon of his, and going on to the torso, you can crunch forward quite a lot, crunch backwards quite a bit as well, actually not a lot. And then going on to the waist, you have a nice waist swivel, which is covered by the belt. And going on to the legs here, you can of course stretch out quite a bit, quite a lot here. And you can kick forward this much, which is amazing, about 90 degrees, which is great. You have your upper thigh swivel as you would. And like I mentioned, you have your calf rotation here as well. Double jointed pin knees, which goes back not too bad, about here, this ankle. And then also we have excellent ankle rotation here, up and down hinge, and also side to side movement. So measuring out this Ronan figure, it does go in at about the 7.5-inch mark. And here he is next to the latest Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 figures, and I do like the fact that his size is still bigger compared to all of them here. And here he is next to some other Build-A-Figures that we have had. We have the Groot Build-A-Figure and also Titus Beth over here. So that is it with the Ronan the Accuser figure. And to be honest, like, because it's like I got it for about 20 bucks, I really like this figure a lot. I think this is really cool. It does give you a big chunky buff figure feel to it. But as it is, if I were to pay 40 bucks for this, I would give this rating a nice 6 out of 10. I mean, it is nice, it's chunky. I do like the face cup on this and the whole bodysuit on it, but it's very plain and it does lack a lot of accessories with this and some effect pieces maybe. But in case if you guys are into the whole Guardians of the Galaxy comic wave, I think this is a really solid addition to be added. And especially if you guys did miss out on the buff previously in many years ago, I think this is a great addition to your collection. So yes, these are just my thoughts and my opinions. Do let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this figure. And also if you guys want to find me on my socials, you can do so on my Instagram at the Humble Lecter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.